Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, the 12th of June. And today's Raven text is taken from Luke chapter 2, verses 1 to 20. It's all about the events of the birth of Jesus. It's an amazing passage. And what I really like about it is the way that it focuses on God's glory. And today I want to focus on the role of the shepherds in the story. As I was reading it, I was just drawn to that. And I want to focus on how God shows his glory, the glory of the Lord, and the roles that the shepherd played in that. Verse 8 to 9 says this, "And there were shepherds living in the fields, keeping watch on their flocks by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified." I bet they were terrified. I think if a big angel manifested his presence to me, I'd be flat on my face, prostrate. But this angel, he knows they're terrified, but he calms them. He says, "Don't be afraid. I've got some glorious, amazing news about the birth of Jesus, a birth that transformed the world forever." And what I find really amazing about this story is that God chose ordinary people, a bunch of ordinary shepherds, to show his glory to. Just like us, we're just a group of ordinary people. I used to listen to a song called "An Army of Ordinary People." The church have got us. We're an army of ordinary people, but we serve an extraordinary God who chooses to use us and to reveal his glory to us. What an amazing God we serve. I wonder if God's glory brought the shepherds to their knees. The actual Hebrew word for glory comes from the word kabod, and it means a weightiness, a heaviness. And when you combine that word kabod with the dictionary definition of God's glory, the manifestation of God's presence, you can understand the shepherd's reaction. In the 1990s, many Christians around the world experienced the Toronto blessing. It was a time of awakening. It was a time of revival, a time of God outpouring his presence and glory. And we at Frontline at that time experienced the Toronto blessing. And I can remember being incapacitated, unable to move because God's glory, that kabod, came down. It was so thick and so present. Many of us who were around at the time experienced increasing levels of intimacy with God, commissioning for the future, and deep cleansing. When God's glory is revealed, there is always, as Pastor John Harden would say, a reflex to act, a reflex to proclaim God and his glory. And that's what the shepherds did in this passage. The first reflex action of the shepherds was to go to Bethlehem and see Jesus, the embodiment of God's glory in the flesh. They knew Jesus was no ordinary baby. God's glory is always about transformation. So we become a bit more like Jesus so we can transform others. We all need more of God's glory in our lives. And I love it in Exodus 33 when Moses says to God, "Show me your glory." That's a prayer we can all echo. When the shepherds saw Jesus, they told everyone what happened and who the angel was. They reflexed evangelism, proclamation, witnesses, evangelists, followers, missionaries, preachers, global workers, campaigners for Jesus. Wow. Amazing. God's glory did that to ordinary shepherds in the field. What will we let his glory do to us? I was listening to Heidi Baker the other day, and during the Toronto blessing, when God outpoured his glory and his presence, she said in 1994, it was like having the word no ripped out of her. It moved her closer to God. It transformed her life. She literally ran to the altar. God's glory does that. It drives us to him. The final reflex of the shepherds was praise and worship for all they'd seen and the privilege of being evangelists. Verse 20 said, the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they had heard and seen, which was just as been told. This final act paved the way for God to unleash more of his glory in the future. Lord, let your glory fall on your church and send the fire again. Amen.